What's up, my people? 2-5 is back. Sports Reports is ordered. I apologize for the long wait, but I've been under the weather, under the covers, all cold and all kinds of stuff, coughing all over the place. You know, if you saw 2 episodes ago, Sports Reports with Order, you saw me blowing my nose and everything. It was just nasty, man. But anyway, I'm back now, and I wanted to touch on boycotting in college football. Wow. So, a couple of episodes ago on Sports Reports is ordered. Get it off my chest, of course, for those of you unfamiliar. That's how we close the show, with an issue in sports that either bothers us or something that we want to give credit to. So in this particular episode, I talked about General Booty talking to On3.com, saying that there's a potential that his teammates may boycott if they aren't getting paid what they feel is justified money for the upcoming NCAA game in 2024. It was backed up by Jalen Daniels, quarterback at Kansas. So, when I was talking about this, I was just reading this. I was reacting to it. Now that I've had a week and a half to kind of mull over it, it sounds like it might be a real possibility. There's reports coming out that this may be a thing. Like, different colleges, different universities have students that are talking about this. So from what I understand so far, it sounds like each player would potentially receive about $500 for their image and likeness showing up in the video game. Now, with respect to that, I understand if you're gonna use me, pay me. I understand that, but looking back at it, NCAA 14 was the last football game that came out in June 2013, so it was one of those, or July, it was one of those things where it sold more than 1 million copies, $60 a pop, but you got to pay developers, you got to pay, the company's going to rake in the revenue, advertising, so on and so forth. So I don't know how much money the players think that this video game is going to make. I've heard $500 per player. I know that's not a lot. And maybe there's a way to attach some kind of royalty to it. But what are people thinking? Because if that's the case, then if I'm somebody like, say, Caleb Williams, why am I getting $500 when I'm the reigning Heisman Trophy winner? Maybe I should get $1,500 if everybody else is getting $500. What do you do with that when you're looking at the level of player, not just the player? Because we're talking about offensive linemen who people have never heard of or don't recognize chiming in and wanting their money as well, which they should get. So I'm conflicted because they should get the money. But again, the schools are off the hook because when it comes to NIL, these businesses are paying. Maybe one day we'll get to the point where a conference will pay the players. But for the time being, business owners are footing the bill, lawyers, so on and so forth. So when it comes to this image and likeness, if I'm EA, maybe I make the game without you. Because you know what? People are talented out there. They can create rosters. They can create all these players. I mean, it'll be time consuming, but people do it already with the current NCAA game from 2013. I can play today's current roster. So, and that's without the players getting paid. So I want the players to get paid because they deserve it, because this is America and you should be paid for somebody getting rich off of your image and likeness. And I know in previous editions of this game, the schools were being paid directly and they weren't sharing with the players. So I think I saw Louisville, for example, received $75,000 or more for the last game. They didn't share that with any of the players. Maybe you give it to the school that facilitates the payment down to the players. I don't know. I'm lost, y'all. I just want the players to be taken care of, but I just don't see how that's possible in a way that will be acceptable to them. So chime in, of course. I want to know your thoughts. This is a serious topic. I really, really, really want to hear from you. So please let me know what you're thinking. 2-5 out.